How long should you code for? Pretty vague question. What do you mean, like over your lifetime? In a day? Per session? Let's talk about per session. That's probably what people are wondering. But we'll also talk about other things maybe too. Like where this orange came from. A tree. There, solve that. Well, if you're asking how long of a session should I code for, I think that you're asking the wrong question. Now, if you would have asked me this months ago, I would have said, 4 to 6 hours is usually good. But I don't think that's actually the right answer. I think the right answer is, do you know what you're going to do? Do you know what to code? Because if you don't have a plan, then the answer should be 0. You shouldn't code. You should instead try to come up with a plan or a model for what you're going to do. So once you have an idea of what you want to attain, then you should start coding. And how long should you code for? Well, everybody's different. The general answer is until your thing is done, or you can't take it anymore, until you're really tired. As soon as you start feeling tired or zoned out, you should take a break. One trick to have really productive time, once you already know what you're going to do, is to take a nap or to take a walk. A walk really works well because it gets your blood circulating again and it gets your brain thinking, and often things will come to you that you didn't think of while you were just sitting there staring at your screen. And it's sort of the same with sleep, except rather than blood flowing, it's like brain recharging. So maybe it's a combination of both. Nap, food, a little rest, come back to it. But ultimately, if you have a task in mind and a goal in mind, you're going to be coding until it's done, however long that takes you. Sometimes you can get that done in one day. I've heard people say that once they have a project, they work on it basically non-stop until it's done, sometimes up to 20-hour coding sessions. I'm sure they have breaks in there and stuff, but I have heard people say that, and that's how they do their thing. And they get clients, and they get jobs on their own, and they knock them out like that. And then they take long breaks from coding. They might not code again until they get another client or another project. I personally like to try to code some every day, but also you really do need to have a task, and there are plenty of them out there. You can come up with your own thing. You can try to find a client. You can try to work on someone else's thing. Or if you just want exercises, you can go online and do a few problems there, or find some challenges there to do. So maybe this is a little vague, but just to be clear, you should have a task set out in front of you first, and you should have some guidelines and some goals to meet, and that should determine how long you're going to code for. It shouldn't be some set amount of time, although it might just be a set amount of time. Like if you're at a job and you need to put in 4 hours, it might be 4 hours of coding. It might be 1 hour of planning, 3 hours of coding, or it's going to be different every time. But you can't really just sit down and code without anything to actually work on, with just, I'm programming. What are you programming? That's a better question. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.